Hey guys, time for the last, well on this channel anyway, Tech News Day.
So everyone loves burgers, right? But cooking burgers is so hard. Even worse, if you're trying to run a business that makes burgers, you gotta hire cooks and then you gotta pay them to make the burgers for you.
Jeez.
Ugh. Well, good news, folks. The disruptors up in Silicon Valley have found a solution for this dire problem that's plaguing society: a burger robot. After 6 long years in development, one man's dream of opening a burger restaurant with no pesky minimum wage kitchen staff is about to come true up in San Francisco.
This is a real case of robots potentially taking our jobs, right?
Yes, it is.
Dang. Well, the restaurant is called Creator, and it's gonna be opening up in downtown San Francisco this September, offering burgers created by a ridiculous looking burger machine straight out of Willy Wonka's factory. You order your burger on a tablet, then a bun shoots through a compressed air tube into an elevator where it's sawed in half, then toasted and buttered, then lowered onto a conveyor belt. Then sauces that are measured down to the millimeter are squirted onto the bun, then the pickles, tomatoes, onions, and freshly sliced cheese are added. Meanwhile, a robot grinds up meat, presses it together into a patty, and grills it, flipping it at the exact right time for the level of doneness that you ordered. That burger is then plopped onto the bun and the final product is assembled, which then slides out of a machine. It altogether takes about 5 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah, sounds convenient and fresh. Also, are they gonna do this with the Impossible Burger? Because that would add a whole new layer of just crazy.
That would be a sick collab.
It'd be a sick collab, yeah.
But yeah, and at least according to journalists who've gotten to test out the whole spectacle, the burgers are pretty good. And there's also a ton of different variations available. Perhaps most enticing to customers will be the price. Just $6 for a burger that Creator's founder says would go for $12 to $18 at some upscale, bougie San Francisco restaurant. Now, this is a gourmet burger for the everyman, as long as that everyman isn't unemployed because the robots took his job. Because yes, unsurprisingly, the whole idea of a burger robot is a bit controversial, being one of the first examples of robotic automation to be shown off in a retail setting.
Now hold on, Elliot, because we all know and love Krispy Kreme.
That's
and
right.
The best part about going to Krispy Kreme, I don't go very much anymore,
The conveyor belt.
is the conveyor belt. You get
Yeah.
to watch the sausage, the literal sausage get made.
Before the conveyor belt, they had workers back there scalding their hands, moving those donuts along. Ow! Ow!
But that process made us a lot tougher as humans.
It did.
Yeah, now
It
we're
did.
just a bunch of pussies
Yeah,
who
now
can't
I-
even flip our own burgers.
I can pull my bootstraps up even if they're on fire because I can't feel my hands
Well, you
anymore.
won't have to anymore because they're gonna have a robotic bootstrap operator coming very soon, I'm sure. Anyways, Creator CEO and co-founder Alex Vardakostas, the son of immigrants from Greece and Iran who made it in America by flipping burgers. Alex himself, he spent his youth in his parents' restaurants cooking burgers. In one of the most ridiculous examples of fuck you, I got mine to ever happen, Alex's goal for the last several years has been to make his parents' jobs obsolete. Sure. That's not an exaggeration. Now, while most companies working in AI and robotics are quick to say that they're not trying to replace humans, they're just trying to make humans' jobs easier, Alex said back in 2012, our device isn't meant to make employees more efficient, it's meant to completely obviate them.
Why? Why are you looking at me like that? So it's understandable that labor advocates aren't super stoked about this, but Vardakostas' counter-argument is that Creator will still have human employees on the customer service and maintenance side whose wages start at $16 an hour, along with what he calls 5% time, which is just Silicon Valley jargon for you get 3 minutes every hour to do whatever you want.
Oh, thank you. Also, $16 an hour in San Francisco, not gonna go
Not
very
a living
far.
wage, yeah. So he envisions the 5% time as an opportunity for employees to read books and better themselves. We've got a feeling they might just use it to do stuff like piss and shit, though. Yeah, 5% time on an 8-hour shift, that adds up to around 24 minutes. So I guess you could just stack that up and take what's commonly known as a break.
I mean, if you're reading books, you just get Audible and put it at like 5 times the speed.
Yeah.
Yeah, then you're reading efficiently as well.
It's like how, Johnny Five, when he reads a book, he just
Oh, yeah.
flips it open. Now he knows.
Creator has already raised millions of dollars in startup money from investors, but they say that for now, they're not rushing to sell their machines. So for the time being, these robots will only appear in their San Francisco restaurant and any other restaurants that they open up. But it's not paranoid to think that big restaurant chains like McDonald's are paying probably very close attention here and plotting out how to do something similar. which is all, at least on the surface, perfectly fine. In the big picture, though, we're living in a time where education in this country is more expensive than it's ever been, and where income inequality is the worst it's ever been in history. Low-wage food service jobs are already one of the few opportunities for income available to poor people without college degrees. So replacing that entire job sector with robots could make a shitty situation even worse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, I'm not comfortable with robots handling my food. Like, he didn't say anything about checking to make sure the meat was, like, safe to eat,
yeah.
the ingredients didn't have fucking bugs in them and shit. Like, these are things...
Well, he's taking the risk, Elliot, so...
Yeah.
It's all on him. And Krispy Kreme, they do a great job.
Let's let the market decide.
They got a robot that flips those things perfectly.
Anyway, if that story got you hungry for a juicy burger, well, here's something else that's juicy. An update to that story that we talked about last week where Elon Musk claimed to have found a saboteur in Tesla's ranks. That man, Martin Tripp, has now been sued by Tesla, and part of Tesla's civil complaint reads as follows. Tesla has only begun to understand the full scope of Tripp's illegal activity, but he has thus far admitted to writing software that hacked Tesla's manufacturing operating system and to transferring several gigabytes of Tesla data to outside entities. This includes dozens of confidential photographs and a video of Tesla's manufacturing systems. Beyond the misconduct to which Tripp admitted, he also wrote computer code to periodically export Tesla's data off its network and into the hands of third parties. His hacking software was operating on 3 separate computer systems of other individuals at Tesla so that the data would be exported even after he left the company, and so that those individuals would be falsely implicated as guilty parties.
So that's crazy. And even crazier, Musk is claiming that there are more spies within Tesla's ranks. But there's 2 sides of this story, and Martin Tripp's side is that he did all this as a whistleblower to expose to the media that Tesla was selling cars with defective batteries that were damaged in the factory by a faulty robotic arm. He claims that 732 Tesla Model 3s currently on the road have these punctured battery cells and are essentially ticking time bombs. Somebody tell Joel Rubin right now. Joel! Where are you, Joel? Tripp also claims that he doesn't have any coding or hacking skills and that all he did with Tesla's factory computers was pull up data to help back up his claims about the batteries. So we've clearly got a case of he said, she said bullshit here. And Tripp is even saying he plans to countersue Tesla once he finds a lawyer. And I'm sure there's a lawyer that will take this case because...
Yeah. Anyway, Tesla is of course pushing back hard on the idea that Tripp is a whistleblower, denying that there's any defective batteries out on the road, and saying that Tripp's motivations were malicious and criminal. But we have to again raise a question that we raised last week, which still has not been answered. If everything Tesla claims is true, why the hell haven't they gotten law enforcement involved? Why are they pursuing this in civil court when all their claims add up to pretty blatant criminal activity? Car website Jalopnik reached out to police in the city of Fremont, where the factory is located, and those police said that they've received no calls from Tesla about this. It's unclear if the FBI is involved though, but all in all, this whole situation has a ton of unanswered questions, and without an actual criminal investigation, it's going to be hard for anyone to get any real answers.
So things remain as chaotic as ever over at Tesla, but in the wider world of electric cars, this past week saw a new milestone in performance when an electric race car built by Volkswagen competed at the Pikes Peak International Hill Climb and beat not only the previous record for an electric car, but also managed to finish with the fastest time ever recorded. Pikes Peak is a unique race in which cars go one at a time up a winding 12-mile mountain road in Colorado Springs that ends nearly a mile higher than where it started. The race includes several different classes of vehicles ranging from high-performance electric cars to vintage trucks to motorcycles.
Yeah, so the elevation, weather, and combination of turns and straightaways makes Pikes Peak a pretty great proving ground for all-around car performance, and Volkswagen's IDR completed the entire 12-mile course in 7 minutes and 57 seconds,
Wow.
beating the previous electric car record by a full minute and beating the previous all-time record by 44 seconds. So the IDR is powered by 2 electric motors, 1 for each axle, and it goes 0 to 60, or 0 to 62, because this is European, in just 2.25 seconds, which is faster than a Formula One car.
Yeah.
Now, of course, this thing is never going to be available to the public, so sorry, YouTubers. But Volkswagen does say that they're taking what they learned with the IDR and they're applying it to future consumer models, and given Volkswagen's whole diesel emissions cheating scandal, I'd say getting rid of fuel altogether might be the only way to regain consumers' trust. Probably a good move there.
Yeah. Unless secretly this one's run by diesel too.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't put it past them.
Yeah. But let's move on. It's time to let you know that this episode is sponsored by Udemy, the largest marketplace for online learning. Whether you want to learn something new or just sharpen your skills, Udemy has an extensive library of over 65,000 courses taught by expert instructors. Ever find yourself thinking, I wish I could do that? With Udemy, you can. From web development to digital marketing to Japanese cooking courses, Udemy has something for everyone.
Do they have a class on how to make your own Star Wars movie?
Or how to make your own burger.
Oh.
Two obsolete things, because someone's just going to do it better.
Yeah. Or to make your own convention.
Ooh!
That could have been helpful to
Tana Mongoose.
Tana M.
Yeah.
Anyway, while other online learning companies charge hundreds of dollars per class, Udemy courses start at just $11.99. Plus, each course comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee for risk-free learning. Every day, students around the world choose Udemy to discover new passions, expand their skills, and even change careers. Improve your life through learning. Download the Udemy app to learn anytime, anywhere, or visit www.ude.my/newsday today. Again, that's www.ude.my/newsday. All right, you know what time it is now. It's time for Phil Arrigo to come on in here and let us know about some of the new ways that net neutrality is getting ruined by our elected officials.
Ooh, I'm excited.
Tell me about it.
Hey, so the internet can be kind of a fun thing when it actually works, but then Ajit Pai over at the FCC killed net neutrality, and now ISPs kind of have free reign to do whatever they want to their service. They could slow it down, or prioritize their partners, or generally just ruin your experience, and then they can charge you more money to get back what they took away. Well, state lawmakers have responded over the past year and started drafting their own net neutrality bills that circumvent the FCC's murder of net neutrality. And that is pretty cool. Except for one guy in the state that I'm slowly dying in, California! Miguel Santiago, a Democrat of Los Angeles, has had a lot of strong language thrown his way when it comes to what he did to a California net neutrality bill. Some voters use the word betrayal. Others said his actions were undemocratic. I mean, to put it absolutely plainly, in the most simple words, people claim he straight up gutted the bill. And how are people reacting to Mr. Santiago? Well, he claims that his family is being harassed because people stole photos of him and his children off social media and made memes.
No!
You're a meme now? Welcome to 2010, you fucking baby. As a public figure and politician, you gotta deal with the populace that you serve. And how did Mr. Santiago deal? He took $29,000 from ISPs like Comcast and Verizon, then added amendments that crippled California's net neutrality bill. Let's take a look. See here, there's all these words here and all those crossed out paragraphs, you know, the ones forbidding slowing down or restricting traffic or allowing app-specific pricing. Those are crossed out and dead, which means they were included all because of Santiago. Gizmodo reports, as the committee's chair, Santiago refused to allow any debate or testimony over his amendments prior to calling for a vote. The outcome left SB 822 stripped of several net neutrality protections. It now contains several loopholes that, if passed, will enable ISPs to congest or block web traffic and potentially charge other businesses unreasonable fees to reach users. All of that for the bargain basement of $29,000. Kidding aside, that is a lot of money in a lump sum when you think of it as like a bonus or like, I don't know, what you made last week. But the damage this guy did to this bill and his own career are probably a lot bigger than the just under $30,000 he received. Dude is taking a beating on Twitter. He's getting bombarded with one-star reviews on Yelp. This is being projected on the AT&T building in Oakland because he took money from AT&T. And he's probably not gonna get reelected. So I guess you reap what you sow, motherfucker. Ugh. I mean, you guys are probably sick of me always saying you should vote, but this is why. When some scumball wants to earn a couple extra bucks to sell out his state, we literally can replace him with someone else who makes better decisions. And they might even have a soul. So enough about this guy. I'm sick of him and his meme family. So anyway, almost every ISP rewrote their terms of service. Oh, and maybe even updated their privacy policy, either right before net neutrality died or after they found out the FCC was trying to prevent states from passing net neutrality laws. But there's actually good news on this front. So Charter got sued by the state of New York last year for falsely advertising speeds they couldn't provide. And don't worry, their execs even admitted so in company emails. So what did Charter do? They tried to hide behind the repeal of net neutrality so they wouldn't have to deliver the speeds they promised, and then lied about in these emails. It was cool. TechDirt reports that the First Department of the Supreme Court Appellate Division of the state of New York ruled that Charter could not lean on the FCC's net neutrality repeal to have their case thrown out. And the court ruling found that no, the FCC's neutrality repeal did not legally preempt states from their right to enforce laws that prevent fraud, deception, and false advertising. A lot of legal mumbo jumbo, but hey, they won. You win some, you lose some. California lost one, New York won one. It sucks that this is complicated and isn't cut and dry across the whole country, but hey, if it's any indication of what happened in California is the norm, a politician being held accountable for their actions very publicly, that's pretty cool, because the ultimate irony is here that most people probably wouldn't know about this were it not for the internet. And that's exactly what Miguel Santiago tried to sell to the devil for a measly $29,000.
These guys are cheap.
They're cheap, yeah, that's a pretty cheap thing, but I mean, to go back on a bummer note, this is sadly officially my last Tech News Day for ETC. You will be able to find me on a new channel, I think it's called Internet Today. There's a couple of guys, they're relatively unknown, but they have some new shows, and I'm gonna be moving over there, so if you wanna see me, check out Internet Today. I really hope, you look forward to skipping through my part over there as well. Bye.
Well, that's fun. Anyway, here's a few more quick tech stories before we let you go, starting with the fact that Koreans who love cryptocurrency, they just can't seem to catch a break lately, as with anyone who has cryptocurrency locked away in one of their virtual vaults. Now, a few weeks back, the Korean crypto exchange CoinRail got hacked and lost $40 million worth of cryptocurrency. And now another Korean exchange, BitThumb, or BitHum, whatever, is claiming hackers made off with $30 million in coins. Obviously, those numbers are, struck when it actually happened.
I lost $30 million. You lost how much? $20 million.
How much? $10 million. Anyways, BitThumb is promising to cover any losses from its users, but this is yet another example of why you should never store your crypto tokens on an exchange. Your best bet is in a private wallet with a hardware key needed to access it. But also, don't accidentally throw that key away or lose it, because then you're gonna have to head down to the local landfill and start digging. And by the time you find your key, who knows how much your crypto is gonna be worth?
Yeah.
It might actually be the best savings plan. Losing your key.
Throw it in the trash, yeah.
Then finding it 20 years later, buried next to a bunch of ET game cartridges.
That's when Bitcoin's gonna be really worthwhile.
When it's all forgotten. Yeah.
And finally, we've been, of course, following the saga of MoviePass very closely as of late, correctly predicting that big chains like AMC would continue to refuse to share their profits with MoviePass and would eventually either buy MoviePass out for pennies on the dollar or just make their own version of MoviePass with hookers and blackjack.
Well,
last week AMC did just that, minus the hookers and blackjack, announcing AMC Stubbs A-List.
They do have bars now in most AMCs. You can get drunk, so that's cool.
We're halfway there.
Yeah.
So Stubbs A-List is, at this point, one of the biggest nails to be driven into the coffin that MoviePass sleeps in every night. MoviePass, unable to go any cheaper than they already are in order to compete, has instead announced that they are going to be adding surge pricing to their service. Surely this will save us.
Yeah. Consumer confidence is at an all-time high with MoviePass. Anyways, just like how you pay more for an Uber during peak hours, MoviePass will soon be charging a few bucks extra to see movies that they've deemed very popular. They also plan to add a feature in August that allows you to pay between $2 to $6 extra to see IMAX or real 3D movies using the same app, and also a completely pointless feature where you can bring a friend, though their ticket is going to cost almost as much as a full-price ticket. Sorry. MoviePass's own parent company announced last week that MoviePass lost $40 million in just May alone on movie tickets.
Yikes.
Maybe cryptocurrency is a better investment than MoviePass. Anyways, despite their CEO saying that AMC's A-List program, quote, validates the subscription is really here to stay, it's almost unthinkable that MoviePass will be around for much longer. So as we always say, enjoy it while you can and take these suckers for every penny that they've got.
Yeah, you're gonna miss this when they're completely gone.
It's like we said before, it's rare that a service comes through and is so blind to basic business that the consumer actually benefits from it, and this is one of those scenarios, so take advantage of it, damn it.
Grab the reins.
Yes, this is your thing to ride. Anyways, that's it for Tech News Day.
That's it.
On this channel, there will be no more Tech News Day ever again, and in fact, no more videos ever again in the future.
Yeah.
Even some past videos are disappearing.
I don't feel so good, Mr. Stark.
But if you don't want anything to disappear and you want to see new episodes almost every single goddamn day, including new podcasts that we're coming up with like Idiots Watching Anime and others, you're going to want to go subscribe to our new channel, Internet Today. It's youtube.com/InternetTodayTV, or click any of the links that we've been sharing constantly. But this is your last chance.
Yep.
Seriously, go subscribe to that channel now.
Don't say I didn't warn you.
That's where we're going to be for the foreseeable future. We'll see you over there. We hope you enjoyed everything that we put out on this channel over the past couple of years, and thank you for being a part of it. It's not goodbye, it's hello, just
Aloha.
next door at, hello and goodbye. We'll see you
Aloha.
over at Internet Today. Thank you so much for joining us. Bye.
Bye.
We won't see you next time, unless you go there.
Oh yeah, and whoops, one more thing. This episode was brought to you by Udemy, the largest marketplace for online learning. Want to expand your potential? With 65,000 courses starting at just $11.99, Udemy can help you develop your skills and discover new passions. Students around the world have used Udemy to get ahead and even switch careers. Visit ude.my/newsday or download the Udemy app to learn anytime, anywhere.